You'll notice in this particular exercise in the section, there are now some new dimensions on the drawing. We've got the opening there and the actual physical walls of the doorway at 1500 and 1000 millimeters. Now, if I hover over a dimension there, can you see you get the annotative little symbol there, the blue symbol. Now they've been drawn using the 1 to 30 annotation scale in the model tab. Now, I have a GA 1 to 30, so those dimensions appear in the 1 to 30 scaled viewport right there. But if I go to this layout, door 1 to 10, that's meant to be a door detail. If I double click inside the viewport right now to activate it, you'll notice, look, the scale is not to any known scale right now. What I need to do is pan and zoom to get the door detail like so. So I'll get the door about there, and I want the dimensions to appear, but they're not there. Why is that? Well, let's get this scale at exactly 1 to 10. So with the viewport active, I click there on the viewport scale, and I select 1 to 10. So that's exactly 1 to 10. I double click outside the viewport to deactivate it, but still those dimensions haven't appeared. Now with annotative scaling, what you can do is set different viewport scales, different annotation scales to your dimensioning and annotation. So if I go back to the model and select these two dimensions here like so, they currently are using the 1 to 30 annotation scale there. If I right click though and go here to annotative object scale and go to add delete scales on the shortcut menu, at the moment you'll see that they're using 1 to 30. I want them to use 1 to 30, but I also want them to use 1 to 10 in the 1 to 10 scaled viewport in the door detail layout tab. So I go to add like so, and I select 1 to 10 from the scale list and OK it. So they're now using two annotation object scales. When I OK that now, they don't look any different, but if I go to the GA, they appear there in the 1 to 30 viewport. If I now go to door 1 to 10, they appear there as well. But they're scaled the same size. Can you see the size of the text and the arrowheads? If I look at that in the 1 to 30, can you see they're consistent? So all of my plotted drawings, the dimensions will all look the same. They'll all have the same size arrowheads and the same size dimension text. It's very cool, isn't it? That's what your viewport scales are there for. You tally them up with your annotation scales so that you can apply different annotation scales to objects here in the model. Now, if I hover over these dimensions now, can you see they've got a double annotation scale symbol? They've got two blue symbols, indicating that they've got more than one annotation scale applied to them. So they can work in either of the two viewports that have been scaled using your annotation scales and your viewport scales.